Welcome back. Expense reports revealed. Joining us right now with an exclusive look is AppZen CEO Anant Kale. Good to see you, Anant. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Maria.
You've got some fascinating findings about how you used artificial intelligence, and we want to know these findings. So bring us up to date.
Sure. So AppZen has released its business spend report, where we have compiled private and anonymized data from hundreds of companies across a variety of industries, and the results are pretty surprising.
So what were some of the more outrageous things that people submitted for reimbursement in terms of expenses?
Sure. So before we come to the reimbursements, what we found was that companies who are relying on human auditors are auditing less than 10% of their expenses, which means that if you are an employee of one of these companies, the chances of ever getting caught is close to zero. Companies that are using artificial intelligence are auditing 100% of their expenses within minutes, and they are finding lots of surprising things.
So,
one of them is...
Go ahead.
One of them is around duplicates. You'll be surprised how many times employees are getting paid for the same expense, which means employees are submitting the same expense with different descriptions, different amounts, and very difficult for auditors to catch. The second one, the next one, is probably more creative, where employees or a group of employees are submitting dinner meals with customers in what seems to be a restaurant. But in reality, when the artificial intelligence technology goes out and scouts the web for that data, figures out that sometimes those are strip clubs, sometimes even escorts, right? So that is happening far more often than you would like to believe.
Unbelievable. And so, I mean, AI, your AI technology identified this, or was it not identified without AI?
Yeah, these were going through the company's systems before AI came in. And the reason why they are very difficult for human auditors is because they just don't have the time necessary. And the number of expenses they are being reviewed are so less by humans, right? But when AI does it, it looks at each and every expense. And it not just uses the data on the expense report, but it even looks like at things like social data from websites. It looks at reviews and then puts the dots together. So it's very difficult to escape from what the AI technology can find out versus what a human auditor can.
Amazing. Anything else surprise you?
None. For humans that have to go through this process of reviewing other people's expense reports, what are the red flags to look out for? What are the most common things that people do to cheat on their expense reports?
Yeah, people. I mean, we are not here to judge what people do. What the AI technology does is unravels what's going on in the expenses, right? And then lets the CFOs determine what the best way to deal with that is, with better policies or better communication to employees. But we are seeing different kinds of things. We are seeing mistakes. We are seeing fraud happening. We are seeing compliance not just with non-compliance, not just with company policy, but also with government regulations, and in some cases, fraud. Right? And these are across all kinds of expenses, even expenses around travel, hotel, airfare, which you would believe are far more controlled in companies today.
All right, we will leave it there. Anant, great to see you this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Anant Kale joining us there.